sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast,
where things will be misquoted
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls, and here with my good friend and co-host, Kelly Blackheart. Hey Kelly.
Hello.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Sorry guys, did you want to change shirts?
No.
You know what? I usually change shirts to create the illusion that this is a different episode, but I'm going to do it during the episode.
Yeah, do it during the episode.
You want me to restart?
No, because I don't think I can ever get that magic back. I
No.
think I gave everything I could.
That's okay.
I think there's a country song called Some Gave All, and that's what I feel like right now.
Well, one of the good parts of I mean, there were a lot of good parts of our trip, by the way, but
The only thing I liked during the whole trip.
no, I mean, the trip was so much fucking fun, but we were just talking about how I took 2 days. So Friday and Sunday, I did not go out with you guys at all. I just I stayed.
What did you do?
Well, I stayed in the hotel. I just needed to recoup because I'm like we were talking about on Patreon. I am not accustomed to doing multiple days in a row of social activity, and so I just get to the point where when my social battery runs out, there's nothing I can do to retrieve it. Like having another drink doesn't help.
Yeah.
Fucking doing meth wouldn't help me. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
And that's theoretical because
of course, I'm
never
not doing
done
meth. But it's just my brain gets to the point where it becomes mush, and I
Yeah.
can't formulate a sentence, and I'd rather just not be there than be in a situation
Yeah, of
where I'm
course.
like either looking like a bummer. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
I would rather you not be there. Everyone would.
Yeah, but also I wanted to make sure that you and Ty had time to spend together. I wanted you to have time with your friends there. It's like I understand how much of a drag it can be to have an extra person around. Not that I think you think that about
I've
me.
never
Like
thought that.
I think I'm really easy to assimilate into new situations, but I like to give you that time.
Also, I'm such a social butterfly. Like people tell me stories like this. And remember when we all went there, I was like, "You were there?"
yeah, exactly. No, I think it's important that everybody gets their time with you that's not being monopolized,
Oh, that's
or
so
they
nice.
feel like they need to placate me or do any of that stuff. But we got this. You got the notice on Sunday night that we had been upgraded on our flight to first class, but
I want to say that Isaac went to the bathroom. I
Yeah.
remember. So Isaac,
Isaac-
we got upgraded to first class on the way back.
yeah, so we got upgraded to first class on the way back. We got that notification on Sunday night, but also on Sunday night, we get the notification that Alaska Airlines had
Oh yeah.
halted all of their
IT.
flights because there was some sort of IT shortage or whatever, and we're like,
And I was excited.
Our flight was the next morning, and I'm like, fuck, that sucks, whatever. But he's like, this is a problem, and I was like, well, at the very least, like, I'm glad that we're not on one of the flights right now as it's happening, because if you looked at SeaTac Airport, there were tens of planes on the
Yeah,
all
there's nothing
Alaskan
worse.
Airlines planes on the runway sitting. They had landed and they were just sitting on
And
the
they couldn't
plane
do
for
anything about it.
hours because they couldn't unload.
And then the crew times out.
Yeah. And so I was just so fucking thankful that, because I figured that it wouldn't last until the next day, but we were also expecting that there might be residual effects from that. Like, would there be flights that had been delayed from the night before that made our flight delayed? But no, we had a lovely first class experience, which was fucking awesome. And
But the fact that the plane was still on schedule is proof that thoughts and prayers don't necessarily work all the time, because my thoughts and prayers were, let us have one more day.
oh, I wanted to be home.
See, I don't have an off switch as much as I like to pretend that I do. I have a pause switch, but if we could have gotten an extra day, it would have allowed me, I think, to become the person who I really thought I would be there.
Which is?
I don't know. I didn't meet him.
We'll
Have to
never
find out
know.
next
I
time.
didn't get to stay.
I think on a vacation like that, 3 to 4, or probably 4 days would be my sweet spot, where I could power through and do all that. But a week is a long time for me to not have rotting on the couch.
But that's
time.
why Puerto Vallarta is so good for somebody who needs downtime, because it's beach and city.
Yeah.
Like I could never go to to a resort in the Caribbean and lay down for 8 days. I tried it once in Dominican Republic and wanted to, swim back to the shore, back to mainland America. I feel like it offers the best of both worlds. You get city, you get
Oh, it totally
nightclub.
does. But I also just get homesick, like where I'm like, oh, I miss my bed.
Yeah.
That's so comfortable. I miss my dog.
But also-
I miss my TV shows.
Yeah, I totally get that. But the bottom line, as far as like value, the most of the cost is in the flights. The resorts are very expensive to be there, and so if you're paying $700 a person round trip to fly, that's $1,400 of a $2,000 vacation, and so an extra night is like a $20, and so if I'm paying $1,400 or $1,500 for 4 days, and for 7 days I'm paying another $100.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
That
There's
matters
value
to
there.
me, and also because I don't have the luxury. This literally is the last week of vacation I have until
and then
the end
you
of the year.
go. Yeah.
So it's like I wanted to stretch out into eternity because I leave on Friday, go to Canada, and then that Thursday I am all over the world for 16 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's very important to me. I mean, I get it though. If like we have very different travel schedules and work schedules.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, also something else crazy that happened on Sunday when you guys were out. I went and got some dinner by myself, and I was sitting. There were only 2 people in this restaurant.
Where'd you go?
I don't know the name of it. It was across the street and up to the right a little bit from our hotel. But I was on the outdoor patio. There was one other guy on the outdoor patio, and his dog, Roberto, came up and was sniffing me and all that stuff. And he's like, where are you visiting from? And I was like, oh, Los Angeles. And I was like, I assume you live here because you have a dog. And he's like, well, we packed up some suitcases and moved down here 6 weeks ago. And he's like, I'm from Chicago. And I'm like, oh, I'm originally from Chicago. And then he's like, yeah, Aurora. And I go, I'm from Aurora. And Aurora is the second largest city in Illinois. So there were plenty of places that he could have mentioned that he lived or any of that stuff that I would have been like, oh, I don't know where that is. He literally like lived across the street from my high school to the point where he was half a mile from where I lived when I was in high school. And I was like, wait, I used to live in Oakhurst, and I was like, oh, my parents are in this neighborhood now. He's like, no, fuck. I was like, this is actually kind of fucking blowing my mind because he's a soccer guy, and I was like, I bet you know my brother. Like, just very small world shit.
That's
and
great. I love that.
he was really cool, but it was just so bizarre because I almost never meet anybody who, like, even though Aurora is such a big city, I never meet anybody from there. It feels like, and so to have that situation where it's like only one of 2 people, or like the only person in this restaurant aside from me, and we're both from, literally, if you dropped a pin on a map, we're both in that circle.
See, that's also why, I love the new experience. I love going to the new place and discovering it. But having a place that's not your home that you go to repeatedly has its own value. And like just walking up and to the right, there's a new restaurant you never saw before.
Yeah.
There was a bar restaurant directly across a motel that we walked past 15 times. And I was like, oh, it's pretty great in here. I like it. And I'm committed to really investigating, a future in Puerto Vallarta. It's 2.5 hours by plane from
it's
here.
so easy to get there.
It's so easy. And, Vancouver is 2.5 hours away from us. And because my life is rooted firmly in Los Angeles and Vancouver, it's sort of, I've never been to Tijuana, but I can't imagine us maybe trying to get Tijuana to be the place that works for us because it's right across the border from San Diego. People go there just to get wrecked for the day. I mean, Puerto Vallarta is pretty transient, but I imagine Tijuana's more transient.
Probably. Rosarito was like, Rosarito is where I went my freshman year of college for spring
and a
break,
lot of people
which
go
is
there,
very
right?
much more like Tijuana. It has the reputation of being scary and all that stuff, and Rosarito is like your beach resort community or whatever, but they're like right there.
How would you feel, like, since you've been to both and I haven't, how would you feel between the two? Like
I mean, I didn't that entire trip we were blacked the
It's
fuck
smaller.
out. It's smaller. but Rosarito, I think, is a spring breaky type of destination.
Okay.
And so we would probably be too old for, it's like
Yeah.
Puerto Vallarta felt, especially the romantic zone, it's like it's a gay neighborhood, it's a gay community, and so
Yeah.
you just like feel more at home there
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. Whereas I don't know anything about Rosarito now. My freshman year spring break was almost 20 years ago.
Tijuana is massive.
But I would go to Tijuana to get like a BBL or something.
What's a BBL?
Every time I say BBL, you ask me what it is, and I go Brazilian butt lift, and you
always
go, "Oh
forget.
yeah."
The most dangerous surgery.
Yeah, I would never get a BBL.
It does make sense because because I'm only an ass man according to stereotypes. Can we go down? Can you show me Puerto Vallarta on that map?
It's all the way down. It's not in
it's-
Baja,
it's
so go
up.
to the
It's
no,
up.
go to the right
I gotta zoom
and
out.
down.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Even further. There
It's
it is.
down.
Sinaloa. I know somebody
Jalisco.
from that cartel.
I just want to see how big it is. It's not a big city. 300,000 people live there. And what I like, my friend Stevie, who's a musician there, he told me that I was talking to his girlfriend Anna, and she was like, "Well, Puerto Vallarta is a place of opportunity," and I was like, sort of like Los Angeles. People go there to try to be other things, and you can be other things there. There's money there. I would imagine it's pretty expensive in the Mexican standard of living, and Kelly tried to find shoelaces, and you cannot find shoelaces.
We walked like 3 miles trying to find shoelaces.
Yeah, you need to go to a local bodega. We're in a neighborhood that it's like around the way.
Yep.
And our buddy took us there, and it's like the equivalent. They call them dollar stores in Canada. When I first moved there, I was like, where can I go to buy light bulbs? Because my Amazon shit doesn't work there. And he's like, go to a dollar store. So I could not find a place called the dollar store.
Yeah.
And it's just what they call bodegas.
Right.
Like local little shops.
Yeah, there are so many Americans there, because even the guy who did our tattoos, he was from, I can't remember where he's from, but he moved there recently too.
Yeah.
I think he was going to start like a yoga studio or something like that. And so it's just a bunch of people moving there to try to put down roots.
But then they move there and they're gone in like 2 months. And that's what it's like, let's go to try. And then the idea that you can rent an apartment for $200 a month, you can.
But there's no air conditioning.
But there's no air conditioning.
There's
You're
no
like,
creature comforts. Yeah.
You're not going to be a guy just moved there the night before from Brooklyn. The guy
Right.
sitting on the other side of me at the bar. And I was like, I couldn't decide if he was hardy enough stock to take it. You got to go. It costs if the cost of living can be really inexpensive if you're willing to be like, I don't care about creature comforts.
Yeah.
But if you want to live well, you're going to pay for that.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's like that, unless you're like in a remote village in the Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing about anywhere really is like when people talk about how people want the minimum wage raise and all that stuff. It's like, well, you could find an apartment that's not $2,000 a month. It's like, yeah, but in maybe a dangerous neighborhood, and
Yeah.
I'm a single woman, and maybe it doesn't have air conditioning, maybe it doesn't have parking, like all of these things that are looked at as luxuries, but also it would be detrimental to the living situation if you didn't have
The
those
way
types
we
of
can so
things.
easily, not we, because
Yeah.
we certainly don't do that. The way we so easily talk about bootstraps and shit like that. Please, hey, would you live somewhere like that?
Yeah.
No. Well, it's because I've made different choices. It's like, also, you're 45 years old.
Right.
You've been able to live at a time when things were much less expensive and put a little money in the bank. Now we're all paying the most the market will bear, and you're also bitching about it.
Yeah.
Imagine starting out now.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Totally.
And we'll be right back.
Los ad breakos.
Hilarious. I don't know what the words for ad break are. Hey Siri, I bet it would be
Something.
something. It would be something messages.
It'd be like blank por advertisimos or
Hey
something
Siri,
like that.
What is? We'll be right back after these
messages.
after these advertisements.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Siri, how do you say we'll be right back after these advertisements in Spanish? It'll be Rick.
What will be right back after these advertisements is que volverá justo después de estos anuncios.
Nope, that's why we have to go to class and
Yeah. We got to go back immediately.
And also it added what into it. I know that return is volver, and we will is volvaria. We are going to.
I don't know. You'll
Return?
let us know in December.
Are we?
No.
Did we break yet? Are we back from the
We're
break?
back.
We're not getting paid enough for these ads to care.
We're really not. But I just didn't.
We're
want
back already.
I didn't know where to put it.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages. And we're back.
And we're
That
back.
was worth $2.
Nice. Speaking of things other than Mexico, have you seen anything about this idea that airlines are going to now start pricing via AI, and the algorithm will detect how much any given person is willing to spend on a flight?
No, I didn't hear that because I was in Mexico.
Isn't that fucked?
That is fucked.
Right now.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's that. Like, I've seen multiple stories about it now, which is crazy because
Start clipping digital coupons at the grocery store. make your AI whatever it's called. Make it cheap.
it's the idea of like having surge pricing on things or whatever. It's like, I understand to an extent surge pricing on Uber and stuff like that, but the idea that AI could potentially key into the fact that one of your family members died and you need to get back for a funeral or
fucked.
something like that, or whatever the fuck it is. I fear that
They'll
our
start doing
entire
that.
life is going to be this.
They'll start
way
doing
now.
it with medicine too.
Yeah.
They'll start being like, I've got this itch. I'm worried about this.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you're paying $145 for like.
It's like, well, you should have bought Valtrex before you had herpes. Did you think about that? And you're
Hello.
like, I didn't actually, but good to know.
Hello.
So yeah,
That's
we're
fucked up.
fucked. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
See,
Especially because that, like, rich people especially should be upset about that too, because it's like your algorithm knows how much money you have. It knows your shopping.
but rich people will be able to do something where they buy a pass,
Yeah.
an AI
For
pass,
citizenship.
where they'll just do this. We'll immune us to that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's
So
like the
we'll pay $10,000
the
to be
AI
immune to that.
bypass
Yeah,
route.
yeah. I'm sure rich people won't allow this to happen. The thing is, what all of us paying the most of the market will bear for any goods and services, it really only benefits the rich because it makes our buying power lower. So then they can afford to buy all the things that we need and then sell them back to us.
Right. They do.
We are being subjugated.
Yes.
We really are.
See.
Yeah, see.
The amount of times that I like got handed something and you obviously want to say gracias right away, but my brain just immediately goes, thank you. I'm like, thank you, gracias. Like, and then you say it, you feel so stupid because you're like, they understood, thank you. But I'm also trying to be that person who does try to acclimate to where I'm at.
You want to. The thing is, it's not. We feel self-conscious about it because it's not our language, but it goes a long way, and we forget that. Like, stumbling through a sentence is not an insult. It doesn't make you look stupid.
Right.
It actually
People
makes
respect you for trying.
It makes you
Yeah.
look like that you know where you are and you are happy to be there.
Yeah. Also, we're not the type of people who are ever yelling at people to learn English.
No, it's so stupid.
Like, it's
but a lot of those people,
it's always the people that are yelling at people to learn English in America. I'm like, babe, you barely know English. Let's
Yeah.
not do this.
But I will say this: Puerto Vallarta has an overwhelming population of conservative expats,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see it in their faces. Like, hey, where are you from?
The people we shared a table with at the pool.
Yeah,
They're like, there was
Oh,
like one
get
section
this.
of the pool that had like tables with umbrellas and stuff like that, whereas all the other chairs were right out in the sun. And so we were about to grab a table, but this other older couple like saw it, or like they talked to the person first, and so they went, but they saw that we were kind of dejected that we lost it. And like, well, you could sit here with us.
I'm like, oh,
We're
that's
like,
so
that's
nice of
nice.
you.
So we'll put our stuff here. We're not really gonna sit here. And I looked at I was like, where are you from? And they're like, Oregon. I'm like, oh, I love Oregon. They're like, yeah, I do too. Some parts of it. And I was like, okay, you're not from Portland.
She was trying to tell she's not from Portland.
Yeah, she was trying to tell us I'm not from one of those shit.
No, I think actually what she said was, because we had volunteered. We said California.
Yeah.
And then she said they were from Oregon, and she went, not that part.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna go to the pool now. The thing about that is, it's like you can't even let it go here.
Yeah. I was giving your state a compliment, and
Yeah.
you had to immediately tell me where you're from, and I was like, I already knew. I already knew
The bag
based
hat
on
gave it away.
No,
what,
babes,
what
the
you were wearing,
haircut.
the haircut.
The haircut told us.
It told me everything I knew, but I was just going to be cordial to you anyway. But now you brought it up. I'm going to go swimming.
Here's the thing, lady from Oregon. You were you seemed perfectly fine, but what you do, you're so in this us and them that you have to put it out on vacation, which we were, but it wasn't appropriate.
Right.
The second of all, being outwardly against like gays or anybody that offers a gooder service that could help you.
Immigrants or like being
That
vacationing in
haircut-
Mexico.
That haircut tells me your stance on gay marriage.
Yeah, totally. And but that's what frustrates me too, is like these situations where people will gladly vacation in Mexico and then be here being like, get them the fuck out of our country. And you're like,
When you're not getting that when you come there.
Yeah.
And also the overwhelming population of expats are not residents.
yeah.
They come down there, but they buy property. They get to go to the doctor for $18. They
Yeah.
get all the things that Mexican citizens get, and taking resources,
They see zero issue with it.
and also
They-
driving up housing prices.
Yep. Because that's the thing. It's like you if you are not a person who inherently has respect for the culture of the place that you're visiting, then you contribute to the downfall of the place that you're visiting, and you create a lot of the reasons that they try to come to America
Yeah.
for a better way to live. Because you look at like when all of those videos were popping up on my algorithm of other people on vacation in Mexico, a lot of them were like luxury resorts in resorts in Mexico, and a lot of the comments are like, yeah, well, the people who live here could never afford that, all that stuff. And it does suck that they now are just the servants for the rich people that come here and vacation. Whereas like the place that we went to was just like a nice hotel on the beach, not this luxury resort.
But it drives up also the cost of surrounding land.
Yep.
Because other people are going to do that. So it prices locals out of their own community. And the lack of awareness of that. And the thing is, that is globalism. That is just the way it is. People from California move to Tennessee and Texas, driving up the price of that place. And you can be and I look at things as is. This is, but at least be gracious about it.
Totally.
But so in the same people that say don't California or Tennessee or are mad about people moving to Idaho are also the same people whose solution to that is to move to Mexico with the equity in their houses and make it more expensive for locals there. So it's like, if you're going to be an asshole, be aware that you're being an asshole.
Right.
But the thing is, your life, every single person on the planet's life costs something to somebody else.
Yeah.
And we're all taking a toll on the planet.
Yep.
Be nice about it.
Yeah, it's you think about any country where people natively lived on the beach, like these communities that lived on the beach that eventually either like even Maui with the fires and all that
fucked
stuff.
Hawaii up.
Yeah, Hawaii's been totally fucked, and then Maui with the
locals are
fires.
pissed
It's like
about it.
you know that the fires in Maui made it. And there are conspiracy theories that it was on purpose. I'm not gonna. I have not looked into it too much, but
I
like
know
you
nothing about
know
that.
for a fact that those people that had homes there, a lot of them are going to end up being forced to take payments from corporations for their land because they have no other options. What do you do?
Yeah, the same with Altadena.
You won't get a big enough insurance payout to be able to rebuild there, and so now there's a bunch of resorts that come in. Yeah. Pacific Palisades and all of that stuff too. It's like you really wonder, is that going to become a resort area because it's nice and it's on a cliff overlooking the ocean?
I mean, the Altadena was historically like a middle class black neighborhood.
Yep, it was like the first black neighborhood, one of the first black neighborhoods in California.
And when people looked at the fires and they were saying things like, "Well, they're all a bunch of rich people," it's like these were people who have been there for generations.
Yeah. The only reason it's too expensive now is because people started seeing, oh, great neighborhood. Well,
Yeah.
regresaremos.
So
You guys think I'm having a stroke right now. I'm trying to read the Spanish that Isaac is putting on the screen.
Okay, and this tells me that you're looking this up, but the S is wrong. The S by itself is wrong.
That's the font's too big. It's supposed to be this.
Regresaremos. That means we will be back. We will be back in enseguida. I don't know that. Enseguida.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Oh.
That's what Google Translate says.
Okay, Google Translate is giving you like 18th century Spanish. All we have to say is we will be right back. It would be estamos. So that would be we will. Estamos regresaría.
Aquí.
The good news is that this is longer than the ads. Just listen to the ads. We'll be right back. And we're back.
And we're back. Anyway, vacation, globalism, blah.
How do you think we're going to do at trivia tonight? There was a part of me that was like, are we even going to make it to trivia tonight? Because we're brain dead.
If we don't go to trivia tonight, I will kill myself.
Okay. All right.
Because I leave on Friday.
Yeah.
And then I have to be around a bunch of fucking Canadians.
I know. I'm so sorry. All right. We'll go to trivia.
No, this is my last hurrah because tomorrow is all preparation because after I leave, I'm not back. I'm back here for a day here, a day there. Hold on. I have to see right now in real time if I'm expecting a delivery from UPS. And it keeps saying your package is still coming. And it's not getting any closer to my house.
While you're looking that up, can I ask you guys a question on
Anything, I would love to hear it.
currency? Did you use pesos or dollars, and how did you tip?
Both. There was one night that we went out to the bars and it was pouring rain. And like DJ didn't want to get his shoes wet because the streets flood. The curbs are really, really high because the streets flood. And so I have a couple of videos of Ty carrying him across the puddles. But every bar we went to was cash only for that night or series of nights or whatever. But every ATM that we went to, like we went to five different ATMs and none of them worked. And then I was like, what if we have to go to an actual bank ATM? So there was one right by our hotel.
Yeah.
So we went there and we were able to pull cash out.
Pull out cash the moment you get there from a bank ATM.
American cash?
No.
Pesos.
But you can tip in American cash.
Yeah, and you can pay in American cash. The difference is you will pay
The
you'll pay
exchange rate isn't great.
You'll pay a crazy exchange rate, 30% more than the cost of the good or service. They want their own currency because it prevents them from having to go to a cambio, to a change office.
Yeah.
A cambio de change.
Right.
So
we tipped in pesos last time we were in Mexico.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
get back and everybody's like, never do that.
They're wrong.
yeah,
100% wrong.
Yeah.
I asked, and they're like, "Oh, it's whatever," but there's an extra step involved.
Yeah.
The peso is strong against the dollar right now, and
it's like 22 pesos
Yeah.
to $1, I believe.
yeah, and that is their currency. And the peso, Mexico is not a third world country. They have a completely healthy economy operating in their own currency.
Yeah. In order to do things quickly in my head, I basically just figured every 100 pesos was about $5.
Yeah.
20 pesos is,
Or wait.
is $1.
Yeah.
Hold
and
on.
also,
Is that right?
I've discovered
Yeah.
this when I got back. My my little. You have an iPhone?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. You go see the iPhone here when you get on the calendar page. I mean, to the calculator page. You push that and push convert,
Oh, I didn't know that. I just have a currency app.
and then you go through and like it's on your native
Oh,
app.
nice.
And whatever currency you're in.
Look at you
it
knowing
finds you.
technology stuff.
But I found it out this morning after I got out the shower.
Look at you knowing technology stuff a
After
little
the
too
fact.
late.
It
Wait, why
just-
does it say there that a peso is 54 cents?
No,
It's
you know,
five-
Oh.
it's 5
it's
cents.
the other way.
5.4
oh,
cents.
Yeah.
So 20 pesos is $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. So it's probably, or at least where we were when we were looking at the actual exchange rate, it was like 22 pesos per dollar, and so I figured $5 to $6 per 100 pesos.
Half the places will take card, and half the places will take cash. We went to one of the nights that Kelly bowed out. Ty and I went up to see our buddy in the 5th of December neighborhood, and we went to a beautiful local restaurant gorgeous upscale restaurant on the beach for the sunset, and they are cash only. And so I just had to walk.
Yeah,
around
I
the
would
corner.
guess in like within our area, because it's so touristy, they would take American, no problem.
They
Their
do
cards,
it in Canada.
Yeah,
Every place in Canada takes American currency.
Yeah.
But you get the change back in Canadian, and they don't do any exchange rate. If you give them $1 and it costs $1, you're losing 70 cents.
Oh,
or
we did
30 cents.
go to this Italian spot called La Dolce Vita. Very good pizza.
It was great.
Great
Did
pizza.
you tip at the all inclusive? Did you tip every time you got a drink?
I did. I tried to.
And what would you give them?
$1.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes, like, I ran out of dollars, so I was tipping $5s. I mean, I think I wound up tipping about $20 a day for a lot of drinks.
Yeah, because we would most of the time we would sit in one spot, and so people knew that at the end of the drinks they would get a chunk of it. But it's like if you're only going up to the bar, you should tip every time because if you're obviously going to walk away. But if you're sitting at a table, they know that you'll.
I mean, the amount of people. I mean, you're not obligated to do anything, right? The amount of people like at an airline lounge, if your credit card lets you into, who won't tip $1 per drink. It fucking like. The thing is, I'll let it go until for some reason, the 5th drink. I don't know why. But at the 5th drink, I'm like loudly saying,
I can't believe people don't tip in here.
Yeah.
yeah.
maybe it's because I'm drunk by the 5th drink.
Yeah.
But I'm like this. It is interesting to me that you're getting something for absolutely nothing in Los Angeles that you can't tip
But they're the
$1.
type of people that will work backwards and go, well, it's not for nothing because I have to spend this much money on my credit card, or I have to pay a fee to get in here, or
The
whatever
American
the heck it is.
Express, the American Express Platinum card is $700 a year, which breaks down to like $54 a month. You get $20 in Uber, you get Clear, you get TSA, you get like $50 in Saks, you get $200 a year on airline credit. It pays for itself.
Right.
But regardless, you are taking something.
I
you're
agree.
taking somebody's time. I know I'm not preaching to you at all.
Yeah. But those people, they'll always find a way. They'll be like, well, no, it's not free because I spend this much money on my card in order to have access to they're always looking for ways. It's like, yeah, but that person that's serving you the drink didn't get the benefit of you spending money on your American Express card.
And here's where the argument dries up, because it always goes to this. Well, I didn't tell them to get this job, but you would bitch about it if there was only one person here and you're waiting in a fucking long line. You are going to die one day.
Yep.
Paying for convenience makes everything worth it.
Oh, that's my favorite when people talk about like fast food workers and how it's ridiculous that they want to be paid more or whatever. And it's like, well, they're just high schoolers with their jobs. And they're like, well, who works the jobs when the high schoolers are in school? It should be people that are out of high school, right? Like, do you want them to have a
high schoolers don't work those jobs anymore.
And also, if it was only high schoolers or young people having those jobs and they had to shut down from 8 to 3 every day because they were in school, you would throw a bitch fit.
Yeah.
Or if it was, it's like all of these things where the service would lack. It's like they expect 5-star service from a place that pays people pennies.
If you don't want to wait,
see no issue with it.
If you don't want to wait, pay $1.
Yeah. Every time you don't want to wait, just pay $1.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It really is worth it.
Yeah. If you have
$1 doesn't buy anything, but if it can get you convenience.
Totally.
Fuck Dave Ramsey.
Whoa.
Shots fired.
Dave Ramsey,
he does give really shitty
and his
financial
fucking
advice.
financial advice
Yeah.
from the fucking 70s.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was aware of him when I was a child, and everybody thought Dave Ramsey fucking hung the moon. And then as an adult, I've come across some shit on my algorithm that Dave Ramsey says about stop buying dumb shit. Like what, diapers and fucking formula, you fucking idiot, when you bought a house in 1954 for $300.
Yep.
Fuck you, Dave Ramsey.
Well, you know what? Speaking of formula, what's so insidious about that, I was talking to Mylene recently because I don't know if I announced it on here, but my niece was born last week. And
we're very happy for them. Although straight people never think about anybody else when they have children.
They didn't
It
think about how
completely
this would
messed up our
affect
social
me.
life.
But she was talking about how formula is one of those things that's so insidious because formula companies will send out samples, especially to like lower income neighborhoods, to be like, this is the best formula you could possibly give to your children. Like, this is so much healthier than breast milk, all that stuff. And then people use the formula, they like it. But then in order to buy more formula, it's it's so crazy expensive that it's like $100 for a week supply of formula or something crazy like that, where it's like they're trying to get people to stop breastfeeding.
That's what a cocaine dealer does. And
Yeah.
That's the stereotype thing about a drug dealer. The first taste is free.
Yeah. Well, that's also the thing they were doing in Mexico. Free sample weed, free sample cocaine.
I
I'm like,
never heard
I
that.
I got so many offers for free samples, and I was like, there's just something about doing a free sample of drugs that I don't.
It sounds like there's a what's it called? Something's attached. A string attached.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah.
like that nobody is going to
And
give
the
you.
news story is like, Kelly Blackheart died doing the free sample. What a fucking idiot. The free sample is the one that kills you, you
The
fucking
last
moron.
thing she was heard as saying while she was running away from gunfire was, "I thought it was free." Guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you like this and you want to hear more of
What's
it,
wrong with you?
Join us on Patreon. Or you can find us on social media across all platforms at loadedpod.com.
Whoa, look at you.
But if you want to go to our TikTok, that is
At Loaded Pod.
at Loaded Pod also.
uh-huh.
They're all at Loaded Pod, and that's where we are. And we're
Where
just
can you send us an email?
we're at Loaded Pod. At loadedpod.gmail.com.
Probably loadedpod@gmail.com.
I didn't know that.
Okay, what's our phone number?
58.
No, that's Empire.
2300 Empire.
Oh, start it with me.
323 272
I don't have to know things. I'm famous.
Nobody calls it anyway.
3908. Well, I was out. You were doing
One day-
the end of episode
One day I'm
stuff.
gonna learn it by fucking osmosis.
Yeah,
And
That's
until
fine.
then,
but you know what? You don't need to know it because
I'm on
I'm
television.
here for you.
And I'm on television.
And you can find us on YouTube. You know the shits, guys. All right, we're
go
going to
our
Patreon.
Go to our YouTube, because here's the thing about the YouTube. It's not growing as fast as I want. And go to YouTube. And the other thing is, you know what you could do if you like hearing this? It's the least thing that would help us the most. We have go to our TikTok page and repost our videos.
Repost our videos, comment.
Because it gets the
Do
word
all that
out in a
stuff.
way that works as advertising, and that really helps. And that's a good lesson for anything that you like, that you want to continue. Go on social media and engage with it a bit.
That's a very accurate thing, because people talk about so often shows that they watch.
And
They're like,
yeah.
oh, I got canceled too early. It's like nobody was talking about it and nobody's watching it.
Yeah.
So you got to tell your friends if it's fucking awesome. So don't be quiet about the things you like. Be really loud.
We
We'll
love
see you
you.
next week.
Bye.
We love you. Bye.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.